Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. Now I'm going to present to you our study on a comparison of student performance in online and face-to-face learning for statistics subject. I'm Siti Balqis Mahlan and this is our team Maisura Shamsuddin, Rosita Kada, Jamal Osman and Naimah Abdul Wahab. We are from Jabatan Sains Komputer dan Matematik, Universiti Teknologi Mara, Cawangan, Pulau Pinang. So, for today's presentation, I'm going to talk about introduction, methodology, research objective, findings and discussion, and also conclusion. Introduction. As we know, due to the Second Movement Control Order, online teaching and learning continue. It seems to have an impact on students in many ways. One of them is related to academic achievement. Hereby, the purpose of this study was to identify and assess the difference in academic achievement between online and face-to-face learning. Methodology. The study involved a total of 150 respondents who took a statistics subject. 30 students were randomly selected for each semester involved. The data used were the evaluation result for 5 semesters of study from March-July 2019 and September 2019 until January 2020. Meanwhile, the online learning was conducted throughout March-July 2020, September-January 2021, and March-August 2021. In this study, we use descriptive statistical data to find the mean marks for the statistics subjects. And by using this mean value, a statistical chart was constructed such as line chart, bar chart, and pie chart. In addition to descriptive statistical data, this study also used two-way ANOVA test to test the several hypotheses. The leaving test was also performed before ANOVA to check whether or not the assumption of homogeneity of variance are met. Next, a post hoc comparison test was conducted to identify different groups of study. This test is performed if the result from the ANOVA show a significant difference for the group tested. Research objective. The first objective is to identify an interaction effect in academic performance between gender and semester. The second objective is to identify whether there is a difference in academic performance due to semester of study. The third objective is to identify whether there is a difference in academic performance due to gender. Findings and discussion. This is a line chart for student marks by semester of study. As we can see here, it shows that the average student scores were almost the same for the three groups of semester, which are for March-July 2019, September-January 2020, and March-July 2020. However, the marks for the last two semesters of online learning, which is September-January 2020 and March-August 2020, were a bit low. Next, this is a pie chart for student marks by gender. The average score from female students was higher than male students, which is 74.7% for female and 69.9% for male. Okay, to see more clearly the difference in marks for gender, a graph by semester of study will be shown on the next slide. It can be seen that the mean mark for female students in the semester September-January 2020 was the highest at 84.9% compared to other semesters. However, the performance of female students was found to slightly decrease during online over face-to-face learning. Female students were more excellent during the semester face-to-face compared to male students who were better in the semester of online study, except in the semester September-January 2021, which slightly decreased. To see the results statistically, hypothesis using two-way ANOVA was conducted. For the first hypothesis, the null hypothesis is there is no effect on interaction between the semester of study and the gender of students on the level of achievement of marks, and the alternative hypothesis is there is an interaction effect between the semester of study and the gender of students on the level of achievement of marks. It was found that the value of P is equal to 0.025, which is less than 0.05, and the decision is hash null was rejected. Then we can say that there is a significant interaction between semester and gender on student scores. For the second hypothesis, the null hypothesis is there is no difference in the level of score achievement based on gender. And the alternative hypothesis is there are differences in the level of score achievement based on gender. So we can see here the value of P is equal to 0.02, which is less than 0.05. Then the decision is hash null was rejected, and the conclusion is there is significant difference in marks between male and female students. And the last hypothesis, the third hypothesis, hash null, there is no difference in the level of score achievement based on 5 different semesters of study. The alternative hypothesis, there are differences in the level of score achievement based on the 5 different semesters of study. The value of P is 0.03. So, and this value is less than 0.05, and the hash null was rejected. So then the conclusion will be there is a significant difference in marks between 5 different semesters of study. Next, a post hoc comparison test was used to find out the semester of study that shows better achievement. Based on the results, the achievement of marks for 3 semesters of study, September-January 2020, face-to-face, March-July 2020, online, and March-July 2019, face-to-face, was the same as they are in the same group, while the student achievement for March-August 2020 and October-February 2021, which are online, was different from the other 3 semesters where the achievement was relatively low. Although the March-July 2020 semester also conducted online learning, the achievement was in the same group as face-to-face learning, where the score performance was quite satisfactory. This means that there is no strong evidence to conclude that face-to-face or online learning methods can influence student achievement levels. It may due to changes in the format of the latest question of the assessment conducted, which requires high-level questions. Conclusion. Based on this study, it can be concluded that the level of student achievement is not affected by the learning method, be it face-to-face or online. However, a student's level of performance is influenced by gender factors. As found in this study, female students overall have better achievement than male students during face-to-face learning. Meanwhile, the performance of male students was better during online learning. Subsequent studies are suggested so that researchers can take into account other more relevant factors. This study was limited to a group of students who only took statistics subject. With this, it can be recommended that other researchers take more samples, for instance, by taking a sample of students consisting of various courses so that they can make comparisons in more detail. Okay, that's all for now for my presentation. Thank you and Assalamu alaikum.